I absolutely love that. Puts me in such a good mood. It's not. I'm not going to be keeping that. I just had that when I love that video so much, and I was talking to somebody recently. And I was like, I'm going to be putting that. I'm going to use that one day in a intro for a stream, and I've absolutely killed it. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. Especially if you're watching this after we've went live. I hope you enjoyed that little piano lesson. All good fun, guys. We've had an amazing game week. Absolutely high as a kite off the football today. Watched, I've seen this earlier on to my friend. I think I've watched Spartak more than I've watched Celtic this year. Certainly this calendar year, definitely. 100%. It's been a mad week for football. I watched like 5 games on Saturday. I watched the first half for Leipzig and Dortmund, and then went into the Barca Athletic game, City Chelsea, Liverpool and whoever they had, and then finally New York and Orlando. Great Saturday of football. It was absolutely fantastic. And then we rolled into Sunday. I don't think I caught too much, but I did watch the I did try and watch the Austin and Kansas game. That was only like midnight. It was a really long weekend, so I didn't see any of the good stuff. I fell asleep for it all. I seen Austin's first goal, and Austin looked, it actually quite surprised me. It looked really tidy. A lot of like, deliberate triangles getting made, and it was a good watch. I actually quite enjoyed it, but I was just absolutely shattered and I fell asleep. And I don't think I watched anything else on Sunday. And then also today, it was all about Moscow at 5 o'clock. I was absolutely buzzing for it. Got on the big telly, kicked everybody else out. So I'm on it today. This is Larsson Monday. And it was just like last week, you know, he was busy in the game, wasn't really getting found too much. And then, you know, boom, he just goes and, you know, it gets a lovely little goal just like his dad would have. You know, it's absolutely brilliant to see. Absolutely loved it. So it's good to get a quick dive in, and we'll just check on exactly where we're at in terms of the prizes and all that good stuff. It's been really busy. Now we've actually got some war stories as well as good stories. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of greens. Good to see all that kind of coming back into the game weeks again. It's been a long time since we've had a quadruple, certainly, but absolutely fantastic to see. So we've got 3 tier 2s lined up. We've got a tier 1 lined up as well, and we've got the ETH threshold just about picked up. I'm just going to actually hit a tweet, sorry guys. I just get so wrapped up in the tune. I love that music so much, man. See here on the piano, it's just so good. And yeah, it just swept me away. I'm just going to, boom, I'll just put the channel on it. Boom, boom, boom. So, guys, how's your game week been? Let me know in the comment section. 5-0 for Porto. Jesus, I better refresh this page. Moldy, good to see you, my man. Do you know, it's funny, you've got your wee Wolves icon. My son, I think he's a Wolves fan. It's the only team he remembers watching is Wolves. You know, I think I've watched Wolves twice with my son, just by coincidence. And he's like, is it Wolves today? We're watching Wolves. He's always into it. So you may have a wee fan up here. 2 seconds, sorry. Apologies, guys. I see I'm normally getting good for getting that stuff out early doors, but the tune was so good today, I couldn't help but just jive along with it, you know. So we've got some war stories from this game week. We've also got some roads to glory, definitely. So I guess we'll just kind of roll it through with the good stuff at the top, or will we do the worst? We'll do the best. Oh, let's just do best. We'll go best to worst and we'll just scroll down, okay? So we've got All-Star Champion, All-Star D3. Now, we put the rare Larsson into the Hall of Fame in the club last week. We made that official off the back of a captain performance in D3, pulling off a card. He's done it in back-to-back game weeks, which was fucking great. Now, Medina actually proved to be my best alternative super rare, outside of the obvious ones like Hakimi, and you'll see who else later on. So even though that score isn't actually that great, that's probably the best I could have got out of a team that realistically I would have picked. You know, there's no point looking at that now and thinking I could have played a rare, because All-Star D3 with the cards I have, I'm always going to look for one of the super rares who is going to do the best out of them because of the multiplier. But I was actually really happy how that finished. For it to be 24th isn't too bad. Half a point off a tier 1, so if there's any positive adjustments for Larsson, that would be absolutely smashing. Don't think it's a bit too late in the day to get any adjustments elsewhere, but we could skip up the queue if we can get a point or so. And yeah, just maybe try and get a tier 1. Fingers crossed on that, we'll see what happens. The under 23 D3 super rare Larsson came to the party in a big way, of course. And again, super rare in the mecha doesn't look that great, but out the super rares I had, that was actually pretty fair going. And then I should have really captained T&Cs, 8 points off of tier 1 here, and that was just the difference of the captain. If I'd captained anyone else, the goalkeeper, which seems mad now, of course, or T&Cs, then we would have been in tier 1 territory 100% with that. So that's a wee bit sore, because I just thought with the game it was meant to be, you know, I expected Sanger to travel across the pitch quite a lot. I think he did, but I just thought his points would have translated a wee bit better in this match, whereas I think it was all about T&Cs. I think he must have just been, you know, obviously he's outperformed him, he's outscored him, you know. So hey ho, those are the two main divisions. I'm just going to catch up with you guys. We've got quite a lot joining this so far. Simon Brown, so sorry Mike, good evening, good to see you my man, officially. Moldy boy, same with you. Simon Brown managed to get best score of 334 in global D4 just off the rare prizes by common goalkeeper. That's good going, man. Very comfortable in the ETH, which is nice. And guys, I'll take this point to say it again. While this ETH is not underpinned to dollar values, you want to be getting it as much as you can. You know, especially when it's on the up and it's on the high. So great going. I know it'll feel a wee bit sore with that rare, but picking up some ETH at this stage is always good, and to do that comfortably without a sweat. You've not really needed to commit much time into actually watching and following your team. You can just passively, you know I'm ticking it in, you know, which is a good position to be in and not to be underestimated. Misaki, good to see you again. Looking good for you. It definitely is. It definitely is. Wolves were on the BBC yesterday. Oh, well, I'm gutted I missed that. It's a massive Irish Wolves fan club. Oh, cool. Bergamo, cool. And Turin in Torino for the qualifiers. Lovely. Dom, long time gone. Good to see you back, my man. How are we? Ross Irvin, evening Quinny. Who's your targets for when Celtic get added? Young Turnbull must be up there. See, even if and when Celtic get added, I think my number one target it'd probably have to be Calmac. He's probably my favourite, along with Forrest. I didn't actually realise how much I liked Forrest until I got injured this year, because I think he was a big reason for why the team struggled. Like, without Forrest and without Prime Sinclair, which we've not had since, you know, season 1 basically, you know, that team, it needs electric pace, you know, because it's just too flat without it, the way it's been built and coached. So I'd probably go for those guys. Griffiths would be great, because you only expect Edward to go and he should get an increase in minutes, but it depends on the new manager, whoever that might be. And who else do I like? I like Christie. Oh, Christie, I love Christie. Turnbull's great. I've still not seen that much Turnbull, to be honest with you. But Karamoko is probably the one you want to get the rookie card for, isn't it? Ben Davison, unknown NFT, good to see you, my man. Thank you very much. I know it was a sore one for you on Larsson doing well. I think, I don't know if they're confirmed. I would never say that until the rewards are dished out, because I've seen them happen quite late before. I'm very good, Dom. Thanks very much. How was your game week? Did you win anything? Were you in amongst it? Bayern won 6-0. I find it hard to imagine you weren't close to something. Woody bags to wipe his arse with. Oh, the wool stuff. Porto conceded last minute. Oh, to make it 5-1. So I don't think that can really do anything for me. I think I'm 24th over here. I think I was 20th before I came on the stream. So that might revert back. Perhaps on the clean sheet swing. Stuart, good to see you, my man. It's going very good. So we're lined up so far, if you're just joining us, for 3 tier 3s. Oh no, is that 4? Oh, 4 tier 2s. Oh, what else has just moved? Oh my god, I hope that goal has like just helped. Oh, I was on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's a kick in the balls. I was on for at least 1 tier 1. Just a collection of best possible score. Just a collection now of tier 2s. That is a kick in the balls. I think that must have been one of the ones that was in for tier. Yeah, it was. That's 24th. That was definitely 20th before. So that was on for a tier 1. That's a kick in the teeth, Porto. Somehow. I checked that earlier on. It said 100%, but that must have been with the Porto game live, and those scores subject to change, of course. So I've probably been a wee bit, maybe jumped the gun a wee bit there. 8 points on that one. I don't think that's got much to do with Porto. Perhaps it does. And then under 23 D4, this team locked in actually really quick. We had 2 fixtures on the Friday, and I think by Saturday night this team was in. It all flew in very much. You know, look at that, between Van de Voort, Koki Machida and Tanaka, they didn't concede, and Joe David, they didn't concede a goal between those 4 clubs, which was fantastic. And they all got really good scores as a result of everything as well. I was a wee bit disappointed with Sharon. because he did get an assist or a goal, I forget which exactly, sorry. And normally when he does get that, his scores tend to be around the 70s rather than 60s, so I was a wee bit sore on Verschaeren, but he's doing great. And then the Scottish, the triangle of death, you know, an all-star America D4. Danny Wilson got on the score sheet, Lewis Morgan got on the score sheet, and for Johnny Russell, was it a goal and an assist? Yeah, see, I fell asleep and I just seen all the notifications in the morning, obviously seen it, he bagged 100 basically. So wow, all the three of them have done amazing. All I've had is just basically a run-of-the-mill striker and goalkeeper left and right of them, is what in terms of score, and 7 points off of a tier 1. That's really sore because Higuain had big chances missed that was deducting off his score, and you know, if he should be I watched that game, he should have so Miami, whenever they played, I watched that as well, it might have been Sunday. In the first half he should have had a goal, he probably should have scored 2, but definitely won. Champion, now I was saying this in the spaces, but I feel like I've lost my All Black this week. He scored 92 and I was fucking buzzing. I was like, yes man, Champion Euro, I've got to be in amongst it, and I've finished 23 points light. Now that does come down to Kamada, but you know what I mean, like, goalkeeper shoots your 92, captain defender hits 52, that's acceptable, and then these two guys, Sane comes off the bench, SoRare runs it, you know, they're bopping in with 75 pluses. That is sore to take. 354 points and I'm outside the top 110. It's such a competitive division this week. It was really disheartening to see. I feel like I've lost scores, because law of averages, you know, if this guy's going to score 2 of these a season, that's one of them. Probably think, you know, or whatever. Do you understand the point? You know, that it's not going to happen every game week. If you reckon the probability works out that a good player will get 6 of them a season, anytime one flicks around and it's not in a winning lineup, it feels like you've lost one of your spins on them, if you like, you know. One of the times you're banking on, that's when I'm going to hit big, that's when I'm going to hit the podium, you know. So that was personally a sore one to take. The Ether, we last minute took a gamble on Vela starting and we made him captain as a result. If we picked anyone else, and I mean anyone else, we would have got the 0.02, thanks to Eli Sanchez getting on the score sheet and hitting all the passing numbers that he normally hits as well, and then the other guys just ticking in with those kind of light green scores, which was acceptable. But we've just about picked that up. Even Falcao, if we popped Falcao into that team, that could have been deadly. But that was just a training team basically. And then these are my spare super rares. I was like, oh, I don't know whether I should gamble on them or not. And as you can see with the scores that these guys trapped in with, there was no way. I made the best selection that I could have with the super rares I have, which I'm happy enough with. And then this team didn't get anywhere near anything this week. So really, I had a lot of fun making these teams. I was hoping it was going to be a big game week. I was still, like I said in the stream, for this game week that we've just kind of, you know, had and we've just seen the back of, I was really excited for this game week to use all of my best cards, all my super rares, everything, and I didn't even really quite even have that this week. You know, we didn't have Titon, we didn't have Matarita, still not had Ki Sung Young properly, and I think there was somebody else missing this game week. Barco wasn't in the team, you know, so I'm still waiting for that crescendo week where I've got all my best pieces, the form is happening, things are on, you know, titles are on the line, places in Europe, or it's new season, it's a big rivalry, you know, all these things. So the midweek game week, which actually takes us quite nicely onto, is so for my rewards tomorrow, guys, whatever they end up being, I always do a fleet on Twitter. So what that is a fleet. You need to get the latest version of Twitter on your app store or whatever, and if you follow me, there's a little circle icon at the top. I do a fleet in there and it'll have a wee blue circle on it because you've not seen it. You watch it and you'll see it's like a little pack opening kind of video. I always like making them. I was actually thinking, I've actually got a wee kind of content announcement thing I'm going to touch on later on in the stream, but I'm actually thinking about, because I've got all those videos on my phone, I was actually thinking about maybe just uploading them as like a package, maybe once a month or something like that, just onto the channels or replayable videos. So I might get around to doing that as well, so I've got them all on my phone. I think I might have deleted 1 or 2 from like ages and ages ago, but I think primarily mainly I've got the most of them. But the midweek game week we've got, this one is actually really interesting, and I'll come to that in a second. I'm just going to dive back into the comment section and see how all you guys got on. And yeah, Stuart Scott, good to see my man. Misaki picking up a couple of Salt and Sonyan players in the last week. Their prices have been criminal. Yeah, you know, whenever you've got injuries or fixture the absence of fixtures, you're always going to get discounts on cards 100% because people are impatient. They want results this game week, and if someone can't provide that, then they're always subject to be sold. And I've actually made a really big purchase today, and I made a valuable purchase a few days ago. I'll walk you through them as well. It's not really nothing much to walk you through when you see them. Dom, yeah, it seems I'll be getting a card in under 23 D4 and D3. Well done. Nothing great, but fair enough. Didn't get the right Bayern combo. Only Davis is under 23. Unlucky. That's All-Star D3. Mikey Boy has got his finger on the pulse. He knows what's going on. Higuain had a couple of chances. He definitely should have buried them. You're right. We love the Scottish Giants on SoRare. And I've done my D4 lineup, and it's all Scottish this game week. That's the only one I've done ahead of time on the stream. Do you think we will see them in the near future? Oh, I thought you meant my Scottish Giant, my cards and my game week. You meant Celtic. I actually think the SPL might be one of these leagues that they're talking about has approached them, because it's definitely a league that is hungry for revenue. So I'd be surprised if they didn't. Because it's really weird, right? There's this Twitter account called Glasgow Watch. And I don't know why, but just randomly they'll start retweeting my stuff like for a week or something like that. So maybe there's some Scottish people that have just happened upon it and they work at football teams who are on Twitter. Who knows? Chanatip out for a couple of weeks. Oh, did not know that, Misaki. Thank you very much for the info. Celtic have definitely lacked width this season. Hopefully SPL is added next season so I can get the Dons Bruni. Oh, I don't know if I would buy one of them, to be honest with you. It'd be so weird. I don't think he'll play much. He shouldn't have played much this year. He really shouldn't have played this year. He really shouldn't have played this year. No, he should have been at the club this year. He should have been the captain of the team to do the. I don't want to talk about Celtic, honestly. It just makes me so sad right now. Blitzkrieg, fist bump, bomb. Good to see you, my man. Oh, your week was crap. Unlucky, mate. Sorry to see that. Bob Flynn is in the house. Bob, very much enjoyed having you on Spaces the other night. If you don't know this, the Spaces was really dicky and kicked us all out once or twice. I didn't see you come back after one of them, so apologies if you couldn't get back in or whatever, but it was fun chatting with you, and just to let you know that's what happened. It wasn't your end, it was my stroke Twitter Spaces end. So yeah, it's a very good game week we're leaving behind. Now the game week coming up is actually quite busy for a midweeker. Just before we do that, what I'll do is I'll show you the cards I've picked up. So I've been eyeing up these two cards for ages. These are the rewards I got last game week. If you haven't caught up with that, you probably have by now. But on auction, we went and picked ourselves up a Matthew Hoppe. So but even before this guy had a card, I wanted one for obvious reasons, and just been waiting for the ETH price to really get to that kind of sweet point, and we managed to pick one up. So happy days. We can mark that off the to-do list. Don't know what I feel about in terms of Schalke getting relegated and all the rest of it, but it's a card from this season that I want, and no matter what, as soon as they stop being sold, it's going to be more expensive to get, so it's a bite the bullet one, get it while I can. And again, it's very similar for Virgil van Dijk. Now, this is one of the things, right, is I don't mind buying injured players, especially ones that I know they're injured, but with Van Dijk as well, like, he makes Liverpool so much better, number one. Number two, it is like 95% confirmed that Konate is going to Liverpool from Leipzig, and if you've been on this channel for longer than 3 minutes, you will know I've followed Leipzig very heavily over the last 3 seasons, let's say, and I have maintained throughout, pure defender, Konate is the best. Makelele is not Makelele. Mukiele is my favourite because he's the best at doing anything out of the lot of them. But Konate is the baller defender. Upamecano is the stylish one because he is quite quick as well, and he's got a good range of passing. But for me, Konate is the best. If you're going to put somebody next to Van Dijk, it's going to be Konate. So Van Dijk coming back from injury, a fucking Rolls Royce of a defender going alongside him like Konate. This guy's going to be pumping out 90s for me. So I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing for that. And then Qatar World Cup next year, I'm high as a kite. And he's an ex-Celtic player. He goes straight into one of my squads as well. Let's how do I look at my squads quickly from here? Oh, there we go. Boom. He goes straight into my favourite squad, my boys. So he goes up next to my Key and my Nakamura. Boom, happy days. And then my Matthew Hoppe goes into here. I should probably reorganise that. I don't know if I'd maybe put Hoppe above them actually, because they're going to win the league with Leo. Midweek squad has no keeper, so Common Dybala. Unlucky Misaki, damn. What do you think about Yunus Poulsen? Will he go to... Is he linked to Bayern? 2 seconds. sorry peeps. Is Yusuf Poulsen linked to Bayern Munich? If that happens, I think that must be like compensation for like them stealing Nagelsmann from Leipzig, because Yusuf Poulsen is not. Now I was about to say Yusuf Poulsen is not Bayern Munich quality, right? But he is 10 times the player that Eric Choupo-Moting is, so it probably would actually have a pretty valuable place in that squad, to be honest. I hope that's not really a rumour. Upamecano always has it. Yeah, it does have an error in him, 100%. Van Dijk is thank you very much. And not yet. Sorry, I don't know that's. Oh, he's not linked yet. Do you think that's going to happen because of Nagelsmann or whatever? I don't. I think Yusuf Poulsen is so lucky that Leipzig are like loyal, because he's not been. He's good. He's a good servant for the team. You know, he does put everything in, right? But in the cold light of day, he's not the standard Leipzig want. You know, whenever he's had to be like the main man in a big match, he runs like fuck. He can score a score a worldie, but he's not the. You know, what I mean, he's just not that top caliber like an Alexander Sorloth, for example. Oh, cheers, that was a good one. Sorloth will come good. So, what will we do first? Well, I'll have a look at the tier pool for the stuff I might win. Or, actually, I'll have a quick scan through my teams, right, because I've not actually done them. So I'll have a quick scan through this. I'll keep on top of the live chat, see what we're all doing. Let me know how you guys got on, because it's been so competitive this week. There might be some unusual winners in the sense that maybe you don't normally place, but, you know, you've been in amongst it and, you know, you've pulled something out. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. But I say the only team I've done is All-Star D4, because when I seen the potential for this, I was like, this team goes out. No, this team goes out. All Scottish, decent enough fixtures for them all. Someone just make sure for me Jack Hendry is cool. I don't know why I just had something off in my mind there that he might not be, but I'm pretty sure he is. Have you got a squad ready for Euro under 21, or just going to miss those 3 game weeks? Now that's actually a really good question, Alex and Rosie. And I kind of always got youth internationals. It's kind of something that I use as scouting criteria almost. So I've not actually like forensically examined my gallery to see who I've got actually active. But I'm confident, because they're just going to supplement existing divisions. You know, they're just going to. That was part of the AMA. I've actually got a video recorded. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I'll just say this now. But that was one of the things that came out of the AMA that did get slightly overlooked. That they did mention that these new tournaments are going to go into like the global. They're not going to go into regions. You know, so like the World Cup qualifiers, Copa America, the Euros, all these types of things. One of the AMA answers said something to the tune that made me think, or alluded to the fact that all these new competitions are going to go into, these international ones are going to go into the global competitions. So I expect the under 21 World Cup or Euro under whatever it is going to go into the under 23 region. Is where it's going to be. Is what I suspect. So that will supplement cards I have already in America and Japan and whatever else. So it'll just really boast. It'll be like wild cards. You know, it'll be like cards coming back from the past kind of thing. But yeah. But with Nagelsmann moving to Bayern, and Poulsen said in an interview he wants to win titles. If Poulsen goes to Bayern, it's a great deal for Leipzig. A great deal for Leipzig. It really is. They've had that guy since they've been in Division 3. You know, they've got like 10 years of service out of him. And like I just said, he's definitely not. He's better than Choupo-Moting, you know. So if you're going to let him go, which I don't think I think he's just got a new contract. I just don't see it. Maybe Liverpool could play free at the back. They certainly could with Joe Gomez, like you say, and with the fullbacks in. That could be something to look at, definitely. That then changes the forward system, but because he's not going to play 3-4-3 in that kind of shape, you'd have to go 3-5-2, kind of similar to City. So then, you know, Salah, Mane, Firmino, alterations to roles and jobs and form and success are going to happen there. Jota fits that system really well, so that could be a really good shout, by the way. Really good shout. Have you got? Oh no, I already just read that. Sorry. Lopez is injured. Yeah, I've not really got many goalkeepers this game week, so I was kind of looking at it. So I've got a Superver Slovic, and otherwise I've got Van de Voort or Oblak, and it's like, or Horvath, who's not going to play. So it's kind of like, or maybe he will. Maybe he will. Maybe Horvath does play. I know Lopez is kind of... So it's like, I don't want to play All Black and All-Star D4. I think I will just play the Horvath just as a punt, because they might want this boy to pick up a winner's medal, and that might involve getting an appearance or two, and they're not too far off wrapping the league up. So you never know. He's played Champions League for them, you know, so they obviously like him enough. So yeah, we'll do that. But it's going all Scottish this team. This midweek, no two ways about it. I went with Captain Morgan because he just did look so good in the Miami match. He looked back to himself for last year. You know, I think I've seen Miami 3 times now this year, and that was the best he's looked by far. I've still not really seen Johnny Russell play this year, which is disappointing for me personally. But hey ho. So that's my D4. I'm happy to roll with that. Now I've got conundrums because I've got a super rare Slovic and I've got an All Black. So that maybe. Try my Slovic and All-Star D3, and then keep my All Black for Champion Euro D4 potentially. So if I was to do that, what super rares would I want to go in around him? I've got Trippier, I've got Hakimi, I've got Kessler. I think all 3 of them sound really good, but I'm using a super rare goalkeeper, so I'm not really able to use, I'm only able to use 1 more super rare. In midfield, who would I have used in case I've got some training people that should be coming up? I don't think I've got any super rare midfielders available this game week. It's all defenders, I think. And then up front, we've got Akinola, who has been playing. Darwin, who is getting minutes, and it's just a bit of a gamble if he's actually going to find the net or not. And the Mecha. Oh, okay. So we actually have quite a lot of super rare options. Do you know what? It's never actually. Oh, let's have a look at what we could do in a D2. So let's say we went Slovic. What would the best super rare be? I think it would probably have to be Hakimi at home to Roma. Sociedad, I don't know, man. At home, let me check Sociedad's form. Let me check Sociedad's form. I'm not looking for flash scores. We'll do that in a wee second, right? Let me just assume it's Hakimi, right? Because I think it might be. And then the midfield. Do we have any super rare midfielders? No, we don't have any, right? So we would need a rare midfielder. Who could that be? It could be SoRare, he's in good form. Seville's a tough match. Could be Sanguer, he's a bit of a boss. Oh, so could Zelarayan. Away at Toronto's a tricky tie, it must be said. And Tanaka at home at Slovic. Oh fuck, Slovic's going to get pumped, isn't he? Slovic is going to get pumped. Don't know if I want him in a D2. I can't. But he could be making lots of saves. I think he's going to get pumped. But so we'd have to go a rare midfielder. I think the best midfielder probably would be Tanaka or Sangar, because at home as well we should dominate the ball. You should get a big. Versharan could play well, but that's a tough match. It's hard to pick that. Zelarayan's a tough match, and so is SoRare. Eli away to Houston. Eli's in hot form. He would be a bit of a wild card. That could maybe work. And so is Gadi Kinda. I actually like Eli, to be honest with you. 5%. I need all them. Yeah. I'm going to go Sanguer because he's just a bit more boss. And then up front, we'd be going to Mecha, I think, wouldn't we? So we're going to Mecha, and then we've got space for probably the Trippier, I suppose. Is that D2 capable? So let's say he gets, what does he get when he gets pumped? Like 37. Let's say he gets 37. On the multiplier takes it to about 40 odd or whatever. 140. 200. 250. No, that's not going to be enough. I don't think we quite can stretch up there this game week. Without the super rare midfielder. Yeah. Or you going D2? That makes me tempted, Ross, to be honest with you. When you say that, definitely makes me tempted. But I don't think I've got the super. I think Slovic's going to get battered, which instantly puts me off. Hakimi, and then I just don't have. I probably actually want to play Tanaka, but surely this is madness. Like, surely this team can't win. And then who would I go Trippier? I think I would go Trippier, wouldn't I? Surely this team can't win. Is what I think. I think it's better broken up. But I just not got the goalkeepers to really split this up too much, which is what makes it difficult. So that then leads me to Asia. I think I just go D3 Asia. I just go D. I think I just go with 3 D3s if I can. Right, so let's say Slovak goes in here along with Machida. Tough. You see my. Is this all the Asian that I've got actually playing a game? I don't know if I want to do that actually. Just play these guys. Ooh, it's a commitment. Ueda is back. Usami's got a good game. You know, they don't. That's the defence he's playing. I'll go with Usami. And who's wild? We've still got Hitate. So I'm having the goalkeeper again against. And then Tanaka's not been playing. Okay, well let's see if that would do. That could do really well. Who would be captain? It would probably have to be Tanaka, wouldn't it? Yeah, it has to be Eo Tanaka. But Machida has just been bossing it. Here we go, Captain Koki, because it has to be Captain Eo. Eo Tanaka takes superiority. Right, let's just see how that lies now. I'd actually prefer to have Eo in an under 23 D3 for sure. You got your you wish you'd captained Hindman. Yeah, Hindman's doing really well as well. You got the assist officially, like you said there. Wireless from the AMA, the internationals will go into their own league called Global. Oh, is that okay? Right, okay, got you, Alex and Rosie. That's a good pickup. I've misinterpreted something and you've caught me, so thank you very much. Hendo officially, how you doing? I don't know if I've said that already. As long as Frontail don't score 3, I think they could beat them like 5-0. I really do. I really do think that Kawasaki could run them over. Under 23s I've got Van der Voort, so with the other cards I've got, it only makes sense to go into D3. I think when I look at Hakimi has to go in. Midfield, I've got a really good selection under 23s this week. I've got Sangara still, I've still got SoRare, which is a tough game, but he can score well. Philly at home at New England, not too sold on that, to be honest with you. So I think I would probably go. Sangara's the obvious one, I think, because the fixture's so favourable. Up front, Nemeka. Yeah, it's Nemeka, isn't it? So this is actually feeling quite good. And then who else? Would we go Teze? Teze's scoring really, really well. Or would we go Tanaka? I think we would have to go Tanaka because that fixture is just too appealing. It really, really is. And I think we'd go Captain Tanaka. Yeah, so I'm not running him in that lineup. No two ways about it. Because that is a sick team. That is disgusting how good that team is. For a midweeker, I have to win. I have to win with that team. It's just, you're not going to convince me that I don't deserve to win that already before a ball's kicked. Football is won on paper. We all know that. And I've won it already. So give me the card. I'm only joking. Bum. Evening Quinny, just driving in. How's the game week gone? Jordan did do the business. Josh, I think you are telling a porky pie. I think we've done well already, but I think it's looking like a gang of tier 2s. Unfortunately, I don't think we've quite snagged any tier 1s. I'll go back and check on it shortly. But then that leaves us with Oblak still to play, which is cool. We still have Teze and Trippier. Right, so Trippier has to go alongside, of course. Vershaden, I think it has to be Zella Ryan that goes in here, doesn't it? And I'm actually really tempted to pair in Eli in here as well. We don't have many super rares. Has to be Are we playing Falcao as the false super rare? Oh, I just made the term up. I love it. I'm going to be putting that in the name of a video. The false super rare. That rare Larsson has been a false super rare for me for the last 2 weeks in a row. I've just made that phrase up. I hope I have anyway. I'm pretty sure I have. I'm sticking it. I'm stealing it. And I'm going the false super rare role is going to be Falcao, defo, and then we've got our super rare. We've still got Kessler, I think, don't we? I think we've still got a Kessler super rare, so I would just put him in here because I think he's got a good idea to Philly. So we've got Kessler super rare. Zowie could be. Zowie's a bit of a gap. I think I like the Eli. Oh, Dumfries. I think with Dumfries he's been booked again, so I don't know if I want to gamble if he's had another fucking suspension or whatever off the back yet. Valenzuela, no, he's been out. Darwin Núñez. Ayo Akinola has been starting, but again, just calling the Toronto team now is quite difficult because there's a lot of players. Again, Kessler's just quite solid. I know I'll get like say 40 plus the 20% on top, so I know I'll get 50 points out of him, which for the rest of this team, I don't think I need a guaranteed 50 points with a good upside of 70. I need something that's a bit more sexy than that if it's going to get me a bit higher up the leaderboards. Did I maybe call in like Usami or Hitate perhaps? Usami actually could be a great shout to come in here. Or T&Cs. T&Cs just looks so good, doesn't he? AO needs to be D3. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you caught me with that. He's another 23 D3. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Ross. Just trying to catch up in the comments there. So I'm really tough with this extra spot. Did I maybe go? I'm thinking Falcao's going to be the false super rare, and I maybe just try and run this with one super rare this game week because it is a midweeker. Did I gamble on Darwin Núñez? Like, let me have a wee peek. I was going to check somebody else's form. I can't remember what it was when I was looking at stretching into D2. Darwin Núñez is a pain in the arse since he's had that wee injury. He was playing all the time. He was scoring on the SO5 quite consistently, quite well. And that prick Seferovic has been on the form of his life. He's kept my boy Darwin on the bench. It breaks my wee heart. It really does. Such a good looking card. See the Benfica shirt. I think it looks quality in a super rare card. One of my main attractions to him, if I'm honest. I love the way it looks. Alongside his career, of course. But so 6 goals in 26 games. It's not a good ratio with all the bench appearances he's been getting recently. So yeah, 6 minutes in the Benfica match. So he was back, and I wouldn't be surprised if he actually started this game, to be quite honest with you. I think the league position, now that that match has been and gone. Can I check the leagues? Or was I just on it? Yeah. Benfica 67. How many games are left to go? Sorry, I know you can't see this little page, it's just popped up, sorry, but there'll be 3 matches left. Yeah, they cannot win the title. It's very unlikely. Braga are going to catch them, and they're asking a lot if they're going to catch Porto. Yeah, so I think, do you know what, I maybe take the punt on Darwin starting, because he is like the wonder kid in the team, you know. He came off the bench the other week and got man of the match, you know, winning him a game. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard not using him, because this could be a game week where he could be an absolute masterstroke. But the rest of these players deserve a totally competitive team going out. And Falcao scoring at the weekend was brilliant. Zella Ryan, that's a big game, right? But Zella Ryan has been on good form, and Toronto have been a bit kind of iffy and shaky. So I fancy him to do well in that fixture. Usami's not really hit recently, and I know the opposition, it's a tough team they've got, you know. XMK is shouting T&Cs at me. I think T&Cs is the safest option, isn't he? I have to head off. Dom, have a good night, pal. Thanks for popping in. T&Cs is the obvious choice, I think, isn't he? If we've built under 23s already. I've still got Tio Hernandez as well, you know, against Torino. He just shot a 66 against Juventus. I've got Eli, who shot a 74 the other night as well. There's so many good options for like just a rare that might shoot so big. But if I could get Darwin Núñez to score a goal, I think I'm taking the gamble, guys. I think I'm doing it. And I'm captaining Falcao, because he's on penalties. And he's El Tigre! El Tigre! So I think that's what I'm going to run with. I'm gambling that deep. I'm taking a gamble. It does upset me, because it's such a good team. I might shoot over. Do I have any midfielders playing in Asia other than AO, Tanaka? No, I don't. So, what do I do with this? You know what I mean? I'm not taking AO Tanaka out of the team he's in. So do I then take some of these guys and roll them out and try and make elsewhere strong? Well, in saying that, right, if I'm, let's say, a thought just occurred to me. Could I perhaps put Slovic in here, drop Darwin for a rare, and then what would that give me the potential to do? That would give me the potential to use Oblak somewhere else. I could also put Kessler in here, and then that would mean I would free the Trippier up also, and then try to stretch lineups out. But this is a gamble as it is anyway, I think, so at least that kind of gamble is a bit more known. But as I said, that all-star lineup is my favourite lineup to put out, so I don't know if I want to be sacrificing that to then do what? Go and try and strengthen out a champion team with what I've got lying about, which I don't think is much. especially up front. Do I have any champion strikers? I don't think I do. So, Azewe, no, he's not champion. Yeah, I don't have any champion strikers just lying about, so I don't think I'll be able to do that. So, this becomes tough. See, I actually fancy Azewe to get some minutes, and he can be an okay wee super rare to play. But I'm not. I just don't want to take that type of gamble. So when I think that, I know Nunes will feature. I know he'll feature. And the team, who is it they're actually fucking playing? It looks like. What do they call it again? I kind of recognise their badge. I'm pretty sure I'll know the team when I see it. But let's just pull up the standards one more time again. I know you can't see this. Sorry. Who's it they're playing and where are they in the league? It is bottom of the league national. Yeah, I'm playing Darwin Nunes all day. If he comes off the bench for 5 minutes, he's getting a goal. Yeah, I think I might have been the team he scored against the other week, by the way. No, Portimonnois, or whatever they're called. Wonder about the last time he played Nacional. When was the last time he played Nacional? Actually, what the best thing to do would be is to look at the head-to-heads. That'd be much easier than doing this. Like a mad cycle. Going through every game he's ever had. Try to find the one. Right, so Benfica, please do it last so you guys can see it. There we go, lovely. Let's check. Let's check and see what happened last time Darwin Nunes faced this mob. Oh, we've still got Sporting Lisbon to play Benfica, that'll be tasty. What was it? Mikey and Hendo, I didn't catch this, sorry. What was the winning score in D1 this week? Was it less than the winning score in D4 by chance? That would be incredibly funny if it was. So the head-to-heads came up and it's in this little secondary window, so sorry guys, there's just no getting around it. The last time they played, oh Jesus, right, so the last time Benfica played Nacional it was 1 each, right, but the time before that it was 10-0. Chiquinho scored and they had a disallowed goal for offside. Darwin Nunes started the match and gets subbed off after 60. In the 10-0 match, Jesus, Seferovic, Felix, Pizzi, this had all been before Darwin Nunes. Okay, so he's only played them once, didn't do very much. So yeah, he's got a score to settle in his personal record books. And we're going to captain El Tigre. Zella Ryan, is he the best midfielder I can play? Because it doesn't look like I've got a lot of depth options like in terms of the lineups I can put out. I know he's one of my favourites, but is he my best? Is he one of my best? I think he probably is. I think all things being equal, by the way, no, I don't think I would pull Morgan up playing Montreal. Montreal's a shaky game, that can be weird. No, I'm actually really happy with that. Rafa Silva not in squad for this game. Oh, cool. Good to know, Mikey. Thank you very much. I love that. So, this Champion Asia lineup is kind of buffered now. It doesn't. I can't strengthen my D4 because I'm going all Scottish in that, and you kind of change my mind about it. Can I do Champion Asia? I've not got the midfielder. I was just thinking, even can I put a DNP goalkeeper out? So I've got a super rare goalkeeper, and I can only really use him in 2 places. I can maybe try and throw out a punty D2 with what I've got left lying about. So let's say it's the Slovic, the Kessler. I don't think I had any super rare midfielders, did I? Nope, I didn't. Okay, so rare midfielders. I'll probably go Eli, because that'll be a good differential. I don't think there'll be many Eli cards of any description up here, and if he can hit another 70 or so, that would be sweet. And even for Sharon. For Sharon, we're all being amongst it, but it's against Van de Voort. I don't really know why. Well, I suppose I'm already back in the mech, I suppose I'm gonna. For Sharon or Eli. Let's go. I'm going to go Eli. I'm going to go Eli. I know we got the passing count. Akinola is the punt, part of this punty lineup. And then I've got the Azewe still, I think, don't I? So I've still got Ishmael Azewe knocking about. So this could do something. It's almost certainly not going to do anything, but you never know. You never know. Azewe. Boom. Now, what I'm actually tempted, I've got Hoppy. I'm actually tempted to put a DNP goalkeeper team out in champion. Who would I captain? I'd probably captain Akinola because he's most likely to. Probably captain Akinola. Let's see what happens, eh? That's an absolute punt. Do you still do the clubhouse SoRare calls? No, not really, man. To be honest with you, I was never. I like the clubhouse thing, but since the Twitter Spaces opened up, I'm just much prefer that. We don't really have the same kind of gravitas on that yet, and then the clubhouse thing. Cause I think everyone kind of likes getting the iPad out and signing into clubhouse and plugging the headphones in and all that kind of stuff. Whereas Twitter Spaces is kind of like you're on your phone anyway, and it's just like tuning into like the radio. I listen to Spaces all the time when if I'm on Twitter and I see a Spaces opened, I'll just join it and listen and carry on my merry way with whatever I was doing on my phone at the time. I recommend you pop in, it is good fun. 100%. Right, so I think that's what we're looking at. So in global, we're actually kind of going all the way up the vertical. That's a good pattern, isn't it? Up the verticals. D4 to D2. The D2 is absolutely shaky as hell. And we're getting an under 23 D3 out, which is one already. There's no. If you're watching this and you're thinking, should I compete in under 23 D3? The answer is no. Look at this team. No, you shouldn't compete in under 23 D3. Are you crazy? Look at this team. I've already won. I'm not joking. No. But I think that's pretty much all the teams I can get out. We've used the All Black and All Star D3, haven't we? Yeah, and we've kept the Trippier. Tripliac is back. El Tigre. Yeah, and we're gambling on the Nunes. Yeah, I'm actually really happy. I've just made all these teams kind of with you guys, with the exception of the D4, which has got a known DNP goalkeeper, but we're going all Scottish. We've got Russell, Morgan, Jack Hendry, and Andy Robertson. Should be a great game week for the Scots in D4. That is not the smartest team I should be playing in D4. I know that, but I want to play it, and I'm going to play it, and that's what's going to happen. So I'm just going to have a wee peek at Champion Euro, and I might actually just throw in a wee DNP goalkeeper team into this as well. Just put that in just in case, you never know. There's Van Dijk, sorry pal, I know you're injured and you're not playing. So I think I'd throw the Theo Fernandez in here. SoRare, definitely can do it. Hoppe is a striker. I couldn't play the common Ronaldo with already having a DNP. I think that's a bit too. Yeah, it wouldn't even let me anyway on the scoring, and you would need to score something mega big for it to be worthwhile. And the way Juve have been going, I actually don't know about I touched them if I'm honest. Sal Niguez, Isco could play. He's not played in a while. And in terms of like the last week or two, I think Isco could be a good shout. I'll put Isco in that team. It's a gambling team anyway with Hoppe because he's not been on fire recently anyway. And I think we would have to go captain SoRare because he's on penalties, and that'll be a good game for him to get a lot of passes and such. Actually, I might just go captain Theo because that's a favourable fixture. Onyekuru. Hoping my Onyekuru can assist your Falcao. Me too, mate. Me too. Bring it on. Is Onyekuru back in the team? Let me know. I've actually followed Onyekuru for the last couple of years because he almost signed for Celtic after his breakout season in the Belgium Jupiler League, would you believe it, all those years ago, before he transferred to, who was it that signed him? Was it Everton? He went to somewhere better, bigger than, get a bigger paycheck, and he went somewhere else. Champion America, can I maybe put a DNP goalkeeper team out here as well? Let's try it. No, I don't think I can I? Valenzuela hasn't been playing. Mensah has been a bit. Well, yeah, well, why not? Let's just put Mensah in there. See what happens. It's basically training, isn't it? In midfield, who would we pick? I think we would probably go. Keen to come off the bench, so I'm not going to let that sway me. I think I would probably go Fontana. And then Higuain. Yeah. And then. Do we have anyone else? Gadi Kinda, Mason Toy, Seb Berhalter, Pozuelo, no idea if he's back or not. I'll play Kinda because he's just the most likely to feature and get some actual points. And then captain, who Miami got? Oh yeah, Montreal. I think Higuain will have a field day against Montreal. Montreal have been good, don't get me wrong, but that's the type of team where a big striker can get an inch by a mile, you know, kind of thing, and get a goal or two. In Challenger Europe, I wonder if I can even get a DNP goalkeeper team into this. By the way, before the I don't have any, do I? Oh yeah, there we go. So who would we throw in here? We maybe just throw in the other Horvat. Maybe even the Katarski is worth a shout. Maybe even let's go for this guy. No, they're not even playing, are they? Aye, there they are. I was just thinking that there. And then we still get Denzel. We still get T&Cs, I think. Do we? Oh, yes, we do. So T&Cs. And we still get for Sharon. Yeah, sure. Why not? This actually could be a really... oh, this is where it falls down. Up front, we've only got El Tigre, really. A Jetty I'm not playing. And Badgie's coming off the bench at best. But it's a DNP goalkeeper team, so we'll do whatevs. And then I think we go with Dumfries over Van Elwick, I think, for this one. Yeah, I think we would... Nah, let's go Van Elwick, screw it. Captain T&Cs has to be just best form at the moment. And you never know, one of these DNP goalkeeper teams might pick us up something. You never ever know. Special weekly, now this actually became very interesting. I think it's like Ajax or something. Allowed cards, yeah, it's like win an Ajax shirt or something. I seen it came up as a wee announcement actually. I think I can pull it up on the screen for us. Come up here, didn't it? Important special weekly update for 165. So we are getting... oh yeah, so it's just special criteria to make it easier for everyone. The Serie A theme special weekly has been moved to 166. You'll need to field a team of the following clubs. Best of luck for the game weeks that are coming up. The weekend, if you're already submitted a team, you'll need to resubmit your new team. So if you haven't caught that yet, do it now. But yeah, I'm not going to be fielding a team and I've just not got the goalkeeper capacity for it. But yeah, so I'm really happy with that. The one shot league, guys, I noticed this when I was actually just checking my score for last week, that the deadline for the next one shot league is like it says like in a day and X amount of hours. Yeah, so I just had a wee knockabout and I just filled it out in case I forgot to come back to it. We got like 70 minutes against Besiktas on Yakuru. Lovely, good to see. This is a waste of Tezzy. Where did I put him? Who did I drop? Who did I drop for? I totally agree with you. Right? But where did I put him? Did I maybe just put him in over Jack Hendry in at D4? But then he's a DNP goalkeeper anyway. You know, so it's a waste all the same. There's nowhere for him to go. I'm so sorry. I know it's a waste. Urgh. You're making me want to go back and look at everything again. I don't want to do that. I've just done that. We'll move on with the stream and I might come back to it. But so the Jupiler Pro League, let's have a wee peek at the fixtures. Who's got who? Because that's the only thing with one shot leagues. It's not that great for signing into the one shot league and knowing who your players are actually playing against. You know, you don't really get that. So you definitely need to go external and check out the fixtures and see who's playing who. By now, especially if you've picked your players personally, you should have a good idea of what fixtures you're looking for, what ones are favourable at this stage. So when I see Standard Liège against Mechelen, I think that's probably one most people are going to try and favour. I also think Bruges and Antwerp is a good game, if that's in the same game week. Yes, it should be. Round 3, yeah, so but Antwerp and Bruges, St Liège and Mechelen. Ostend have not got a great game, it must be said. Ostend have not got... Who's the Jack Hendry player striker? Is it Ostend or Leuven? I always get mixed up. Somebody, Mikey Basson. Somebody tell me, who's it? Ostend or Leuven? Is this Jack Hendry's team or is he in the relegation group thing? Or the conference group? Or it's hard to keep track of what's what. Belgium, man. All their groups. So anyway, with the one shot league, I think I kind of knew that already. And I went with Bodart and I went with another defender. I went with Lang and then Onuachu. I don't know if I want Onuachu actually. So looking at who did Ghent have Ostend. No, actually I think I do like him still. And who's the other player? I picked it over Sharon. I think I just went for him because I'm biased. At Genk. I might actually drop for Sharon. It is Ostend. Okay, that's a tough game for Jack Hendry. It's making me... Is it tough? Ghent have been quite naff this year, haven't they actually? They've not really got much firepower. I keep... yeah, they've not even been playing Dorsch recently. How dare they? Oh yeah, Ostend are doing well. Oh yeah, that's a good fixture for Ostend, I suppose. So yeah, I'll leave Hendry in. But I think we're going to remove our Sharon. And we'll add somebody new in. We get a free shot, so if I want to pull somebody back that I've already used, I can do that. I've not got much choice actually outside of him. I could go to Kettler or Vormer. Bruges have got an okay game, don't they? I've went Noah Lang, so I think they do. Antwerp, yeah. I think I might go to Kettler because he's been scoring okay, I suppose. And who do Anderlecht have? I'm dropping for Sharon actually because I don't like the Anderlecht fixture as much as these other ones. Actually, I think I'm just going to stick with for Sharon. I think I am. Yeah, that's the team I'm going for. Yeah, sorted. I didn't get anywhere near a prize last game week, which is a bit annoying. But I didn't put that much effort into it, so what can you expect? Thanks a lot for catching me on Newsstand, Mikey boy. We'll have a wee on 23rd. Let's have a wee log in and refresh on the old SoRare data. Let me check where I'm at, see if it's still a bunch of tier 2s. If I've managed to claw my way back into T1. Yes, I've got back onto one tier 1 somehow. Don't know what. Oh, it must be. Is it 23rd to 24th? Off. I'm back onto tier 1. Jesus, man. Just about scraped it. Yeah, it was this one. Just scraped it back up. Somebody must have conceded that goal. Must have saved me. Somebody getting a booking or something. Hallelujah. We're getting a tier 1 again. Thank God. So I'm still to check the final results for my SoRare Data League. Oh, really tough game with Pete and with Jay Fraz. I think I blew him away towards the end there with Johnny Russell and Larsson coming in late. But this was, I think this is what I'm going to do for the next weekend, right? See the stream we do on Thursday? I'm going to start with this team, right? Because what I did when I picked this team is I just tried to pick who I thought was going to do best this game week in each position. Like a list almost. And I got quite a lot of the calls right in terms of I thought, well, he'll be my best keeper, best defender, could be this guy or that guy. You know, that kind of thing. I got quite a lot of good scores. I think that did help me. And look at the bench, you know, even Van Elwick, 56. Jesus. So I like that kind of strategy. Pete had a good team as well. Or Debts let him down. I know he let you down as well, Hendo. Captain Atwesta didn't really turn up for him in a big way. And Noah Lang was a bit of a letdown for him as well. Again, Hendo, I think you're the same. And he had Kripal on the bench, who's got another 14 points. Wouldn't really close the gap, I suppose. And in the private leagues, it was me and Jay Fraz. Now, it was actually really tight going into today, or maybe even into last night. But Jay Fraz had a good team out, you know. 94 from Kyle Duncan. Militao has let him down. Ladero DNP. So he'd have caught the SoRare 75. Lovely use of the bench for him. But the strikers, Diego, I don't know how Diego Rossi's on the bench, but he is. And Yaremchuk and Cade Cowell have let you down there. And then for me, I tried to mix it up a bit. I tried to make it more Scottish. So we went with the Scottish back three. They all did quite well. We went with Morgan in midfield, Zella Ryan, SoRare. I tried to mix it up a bit. El Tigre scored. Johnny Russell bagged 100 and Larsson through the middle. Was captain as well. Absolutely ran away with it towards the end. That front three, because Falcao played like midday Sunday, I think. So that front three didn't play till late. So I think I was probably looking at half my team and thinking it was quite. Somebody was saying to me Noah Lang let him down. Sorry, Hendo, I thought it was you. I don't know why I thought it. Somebody was saying like Noah Lang had let them down. So the next game weeks for them should be really good. I'm looking forward to that. We'll be covering them on the Thursday stream. The Bay City, I keep going to say the Bay City. The Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl has been a resounding success thus far. I will say it again. If you are, I thought I said Jay Fraz was leading the table. I think this is before these fixtures are clocked in, but we're going to have Dazzler's up towards the top. It's going to be tight. Acuna 17. I wonder if, you know, I don't know if this guy's actually participating. So anyway, if you're in this league, I really want you to contact me on Twitter so we can get in the group chat. It's like me and half the league are here. I want the whole league here so I can make sure I'm setting the game week so you can all be involved. There's a great card on offer for the winner. So yeah, please don't pass up the opportunity to get that, you know. I think I'm kind of out of steam for tonight, guys. I think that's pretty much everything I want to take you through. I picked up my Hoppe, I picked up my Van Dijk. We've got 4 rewards to collect tomorrow. I don't think that's in doubt at this point. It's just the quality of the rewards. Looks like we're hanging on just about to a tier 1 along with 3 tier 3s. I keep saying that, 3 tier 2s. But we could get lucky and we maybe, like, Larsson kind of won a penalty today, so I don't know if we'll get a last minute boost on that. I'm kind of hoping I do, and that could really, that could put me right in amongst the pigeons this game week, so fingers crossed for that. You never know. The Galatasaray lineup will be released before the game week closes. If you're here at the end of the stream, that's a wee extra little nugget for you. XMK Productions, thank you very much for that. Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream, please make sure you do like the video. It means a lot to me. If you've watched this after we've been live, thank you very much for watching the video. It means a lot to me. I hope you have a great game week. Everyone who has joined me live, couldn't have done it without you. It's been a lot of fun tonight, guys. Watch out for the fleet tomorrow to see all the prizes I've bagged. Videos have been recorded and edited and stuff like that. They'll be coming out throughout the week.